Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. CAP's alive and well, and hopefully it will be under the new superintendent. Good luck, you're going to need it, especially with that mayor. Whatchamacallit. So caps24.org, Jewish Chicago is coming out, and we are explaining the circulation of Jewish Chicago. If you want to buy the back cover, you're already late, and I'm not allowed to do commercial stuff on this show. But, it will be available free throughout Chicagoland in record numbers. It is a pleasure. There are actually 6 people that filed for clerk. There are 5 Democrats, one of them whom is the incumbent. There is 1 Republican, and she is a Republican who has previously run for this office, has actually been endorsed by both the Tribune and Sun-Times in a previous run.
And Daily Herald.
And we're talking about Diane Shapiro. Diane, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
Good. Thank you for gracing us. And one thing I do want to tell you real quick about Diane, I've got a friend who's an election lawyer, Jim Nally. So he's also checks, things through to make sure that everything's on the legit and he doesn't have to object or he can't object and all the rest of it. And he calls me up and he said one year and he says, "Who is this Diane Shapiro? How is it humanly possible for anybody to get this many signatures on a petition?" He couldn't believe anybody could do that, and you were more than anybody else in the county. Nobody even came close. And then I told him I happened to be on a date with somebody at a Starbucks in Skokie, and sure enough, you pop in, and you've got petitions. And he checked it out, and he actually was able to verify that you were in every single place you said you were. So, pretty impressive. That I'll tell you. So, why are you running for a clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County?
For the very same reason that I did in 08 and 12. Because I am disgusted with the way the courts are being run. There is a woman in charge who is an absentee landlord. People in the office are upset. People come to the courts to be treated humanely and decently, and they're not. They're still using carbon paper in the courts, but I do take that back because at the Daily Center, about a month ago, I saw a sign that said carbon paper no longer available. Wow, it only took 8 years. There's no Wi-Fi. The computerized system, the new one, is absolutely an embarrassment. Although I retired 6 years ago, I have maintained pretty close contact with the court system, and I know what's going on, and I know what the man on the street is saying. We need a leader by example, not somebody who cracks a whip. I am a leader by example. I know how to use the court system, and we're getting rid of it. We are going to as much automation as possible. We are going to have Wi-Fi. We are going to have day of filing imaging. We are going to be in the 21st century, not the mid-20th century, because not much really has been done to improve the system since Aurelia Puczynski first got the computerized system installed. I used the system. I know what I'm talking about. And the computerized systems do not recognize one another. You've got the criminal system, you've got the juvenile system, you've got the civil system, you've got several different traffic. They don't recognize one another unless you know the codes to be able to figure out what's going on. You still cannot obtain information from downtown, say in the 6th District or the 3rd District, without actually going there. It's 2015. 2015. When I retired 6 years ago from the county, we had just come online in the adult probation department to be able to use the internet. They are so behind the times, and I don't know whose sweetheart deals they are, but I am the kind of person that will take personal responsibility. I know how to keep files from getting lost. I know how to avoid transporting files all around the county. And it comes down very simply to automation and leadership by example.
Okay. And you will provide us with that example. Now, you've also taught college, haven't you?
I taught college. I taught public speaking at Triton for 11 years. I produced shrine circuses around the country for 18 years. Besides shrine circuses, that was under the rubric, under the title of Royal Australian Circus. We also produced state fair shows, like at the Illinois State Fair, Kentucky State Fair, Summerfest in Milwaukee, Mahaston Grotto in Davenport, Iowa, I forget the county up in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, and so on, under Festival Circus. So we had a pretty large operation going, and I often emceed the shows. I was in charge of contract preparation, you know, not the preparation of the contracts themselves, but making sure that everything was in order and dealing with the acts. I speak a few languages, so I found myself in Spanish and German talking with some of the acts that were not as fluent in the English language, so I could help them. That was a wonderful time in my life. I've been doing courier work off and on for the last 15 years internationally.
Cool. What are some of the places you've gone to? Oh
gosh, I've been to everywhere you want to go but don't want to stay. Let's see. I've been to Indonesia. I've been to Morocco. I've been to fun little places like that. But I've also been to Germany and England and Scotland and to, let's see, I was in Indonesia 3 or 4 times this year. It's not a lot of money, but oh my gosh, what a wonderful experience.
Cool.
I spent New Year's 2014-15 I was in Manila.
Wow.
It was so cool. It was great buffet dinner. It was just wonderful with the long noodles. I loved it.
Yeah. So very cool. Now, in terms of the campaign, so you just, I mean, the filing date just passed. The campaign isn't even beginning. In your case, you don't have a Republican opponent.
Correct, but there's still the possibility of challenge. And until I've safely met challenge and so on, I will not spend 3 cents. I manage my money like I will manage your money, carefully and frugally, because there is far too much waste, mismanagement, and fraud. If I am elected, I will be refunding at least $1 million to the taxpayers of Cook County. Very simply. Chauffeurs, go. Bodyguards, go. CTA bus pass? Yes. Metra train pass? Yes. Gasoline allowance? Yes. No wasteful spending. And I will be on a rotating basis in every single courthouse around the county. I will do the clerical work because I will not expect anyone else to do something that I can't do myself. And as we gradually automate, the need will end. My ultimate goal is to be the first Republican circuit court clerk in a century and the last elected circuit court clerk. There is no need or reason for that to be an elective position.
What is your website?
I don't have one yet.
So that's coming up soon. In the meantime, I know you're on Facebook, Diane Shapiro, Republican
Diane S. Shapiro.
Diane S. Shapiro, and Republican candidate for clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County. Good luck in the election.
Thank you.